Hi everybody. Today we are doing the second video about making this magazine display that we have over here. In the first video we did this sketch. All these parts came out of this sketch that you see over here. All the parts that you see in this file over here, they come from this sketch. So today what we are going to do is to start with the case parts, and for that we are going to create an assembly company. We're going to call this a case assembly company. We have this activated already over here. So the parts that we are going to extrude are going to be within this assembly component, which is called a sketch. So let's start selecting all of these parts, all of these profiles. That's going to be extrude command, and we are starting from the profile plane, and the distance is going to be the cabinet material thickness, and we are selecting over here new component, and this is the component. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to name this component. I'm going to call left side panel. I'm going to hide it for a second. I'm going to find the sketch again, and I'm going to show the sketch so I could continue doing parts. Let's do that, and let's do the bottom now. Extrude command, and we are selecting this bottom part, which is going to be the bottom, and it's going to be extrude with this channel over here, which is going to be the dado for the back. You have to make sure you are not selecting these profiles over here. You are leaving that over, and we are just extruding this part. So it's going to be from the profile, from offset, and the offset is going to be the cabinet material thickness, because we don't want this to start right over from the plane. We want it to start from the inside of the component that we just create. That is the left side panel. So the bottom is going to be between the two side panels, the two outside panels. So the offset or the start of this component is going to be cabinet material, and the distance is going to be, we're going to call over here to a parameter that we have, which is called horizontal opening, because this part is actually the same side of the horizontal opening of this cabinet. We're going to use that command parameter to set the distance of this extrude, and we're going to select over here new component, and that will be all. We just need to name it over here, and that's going to be the bottom. We are going to do the same thing for the top. We select the extrude command, we select over here, we make sure we are leaving this portion over here, which is the channel for the back of this cabinet, and we are doing the same just as the bottom. Offset, cabinet material thickness is the offset. Cabinet material thickness is a parameter that we set, and the value is the thickness of the material that we are using to do this cabinet. If you change that material, or it comes from the supplier with a little different, if you are going to do this on On a CNC, you need to update that value for the correct value, and everything will everything will update, so you could have the right dimension, the right final dimensions for this cabinet. We're going to select the new component, all the same values that we put on the bottom component, and we're going to hit OK, and we're going to name it top. Okay. Now I'm going to select, let me hide this for a second, these two. I need to select the right profiles to do the vertical division of this magazine display cabinet. So I'm selecting over here everything between the top and the bottom. I need to select, make sure I select everything between the top and the bottom, and between the back. So only the profiles that are inside the cabinet, because the vertical partition is just on the inside of the cabinet. It doesn't go all the way to the back, through the back of the cabinet. It goes just to the back of the cabinet. It doesn't cross or go all the way to the wall or to the back of the cabinet. Selecting everything around here. I need to deselect this portion and this one. Because as I said, we want the vertical position to be on the inside of the cabinet also, and only. We don't want it to go through the back of the cabinet, which is going to be this one, this profile. We don't want it to have it on the setback that we have on the back of the cabinet. So just on the inside of the cabinet. So now this is going to get a little bit complicated, because the offset is going to be the cabinet material thickness. I'm going to put over here plus, and I'm going to open a parenthesis, and I'm going to call the parameter, which is the horizontal opening, minus cabinet material thickness. I'm going to close this. Let me start over again. Sorry. I'm going to start over with the parentheses. And it's going to be cabinet material thickness plus horizontal opening. Let me close this, the parentheses. I'm going to divide this by 2. The distance of this extrude is going to be the cabinet material thickness. This is going to be a new component. So let me hit over here, and we need to check if I did this calculation correctly. Let me call this vertical partition. And I'm going to show again all the other parts. So what I need to check over here to see if everything is correct, this distance from here, from this face to this face, it must be the same one that the distance from here to this face over here. We need to have the same distance over here, because we need this vertical partition to be right in the middle of the cabinet. It looks like But let me check this. I'm going to select over here, inspect, measure, tool, from here to here, and I see that I have 11.646 inches. 11.646 inches. So let me restart over here. I click over here. I'm going to select over here and this face, and I have difference because this is only 10 inches, 0.938. So something is not good. I need to change that. Let me check over here again. From here to here, I have 10.938. We start from here to here. Sorry, we start. Oh, no, everything is fine. So as you can see over here, from this face over here to this face, I have 10 inches, 0.938, 10.938 inches. If I hit restart over here, from this face to this face, I have the same distance, 10.938. So this is just fine. Everything went fine. If I happen to need a modification to this extrude and the position of it, I will need to right click over here on this vertical partition feature over here. You right click over here and you click edit feature, and over here you could update the values that you use. As I said before, I'm using the offset is cabinet material thickness plus horizontal opening divided by 2, as you can see over here. So let me hit cancel over here. Let's work now with the, I'm going to hide everything to work to make the work easier. Let's do that now, the back of this cabinet. So for that I will hit over here extrude command. I will click on this little, the inside of rectangle of the data. I will need to choose over here also, which is this portion is going to be the inside of the back into the top of the cabinet. We need to do the same for the bottom, this little profile over there. Now with these 3 profiles, we have selected what we need to extrude the back of this cabinet. So over here on the offset, we will put over here cabinet material thickness minus the inside. So we don't want it to start right from the plane, from the sketch plane. We need to offset right to the inside of the cabinet, which is the cabinet material thickness, minus the inside, which is the portion of this back that is going to be into the side panel, the outside panel. So we just type over here, in essence, select inside, and the distance. So what we put over here, the distance. So to make it easier, to make this easier, you could just show the bottom of this cabinet, and you could select over here, instead of the distance, you could select over here object, and you just select this. Make sure you are not selecting the whole part, the whole component, just this face over here. And now they are flat, as you can see. We need to add the inside into the right side panel. So we have this form space over here, which is called offset, and we're going to put over here the parameter inside. I know there is a quarter of an inch set. That's what it says on the parameters table. And I'm doing a new component. So I have already all those set. I think we are okay. I'm gonna hit OK over here. So I have this new component. I need to name this component. I'm gonna call it back. And I'm going to change the appearance of this back. We right click. Let me do that again. Right click over here and select appearance over here. I'm going to choose some white. I have some that I used before, so they would come up on my favorites because I already selected before as a favorite of mine, so that would be close for me to reuse. So I have over here, we already have the left side panel, bottom, the top, vertical partition, and the back. Now we need to create, let me hide this so we can see it better. Now we need, if you close over here, let me see if everything is okay. As you can see, we don't have the data on this panel yet. And that's why I left this right side panel for the last, because I wanted to have my left side panel completely before I do the mirror, so everything will copy to the right side of this cabinet. So what I need to do now is to hide this and show the sketch panel again. And I'm going to select over here the extrude. Let me hide everything so it's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to select now the outside of the back. I need to select everything, the profiles for the back and everything else around, which is the other rectangle a little bit bigger than we did. That is the data for this back on the side panels. So we need to go to the bottom and select this one also. And because we have this panel created, we already choose the profiles. To make a cut like we are doing now, I need to show the left side panel component. So I'm going to show it over here on the left. Now I'm looking at the panel, and I will select now offset for the start, and I'm going to start from the inside of the cabinet. So I'm going to put over here cabinet material thickness, and the distance is going to be minus, because I need to cut into the left side panel. It's going to be minus data depth. That's a parameter that we set before. I'm going to put a link of this with the file with all these parameters that you could download and use it, or take a look at it, or do whatever you want. It's going to be a link on the description. Also in the first videos of this series, there is the link for that same file. So for the operation over here, I already put the distance for this cut. For the operation, we are selecting cut. And when you do that, you'll see this option, objects to cut. If you open over here, you're going to see this bottom left side panel. You see that over here. If I hide this, you're going to see an error because it's not looking at anything to cut. So that's why I did show up the panel. So Fusion 360 know what objects to cut because they are on this area between this offset that we said before. And I'm selecting over here minus data there. If I remove this minus, it's saying the same thing. Why? Because it's trying to cut to the right side of the panel, and it's trying to do that after the thickness of this panel. So it's not finding anything to cut. So that's why in this case you need to put a minus over here, and that error disappear because it's finding objects to cut. So I'm just gonna hit over here, okay. Let me tell you, I need to have other data in this panel, but I'm not doing them right now because I want to have them separate, because we are doing the rectangular pattern with them. So if I do this including those profiles of the back, I'm not going to be able to do the rectangular pattern that we need to do. So we just leave it like that and hit OK over here. If I show all the parts again, you'll see that I have the cut now. We don't have that one. If I make a close up over here, you see that there is a here, right? Let me hide the vertical partition so you can see better. So if I hide the vertical partition and I make a close up, you see that we even had a little space between the left side panel and the back, like it should be. And we have everything. You see that little space, just 1/10 of an inch. So it's something real small, but we need that in the real world in order to put the part into the other one. So I think we are fine with this. We could keep going. So what do we need to do now? We could go and hide this vertical position and the left side panel, and I'm going to show you the sketch again. And let's do these holes over here. Let me hit the extrude command again. I'm selecting all of those profiles. Those are for the pins for this adjustable shelf. That's automatically set. You change that quantity of them and distance between them in the parameters table. So this is a completely parametric design, so you could update that. So I already select all of them, and I think I could do the same with this, because anywhere I will need this set of pinholes, I will also need this one over here, which is the hole for the pin of this bearing that is going to be over here, supporting the front panel, this exhibition panel over here. So I'm also selecting over here this profile for the channel that is going to be used to move this panel. When you lift it over, when you lift that over, you could put it all the way to the back, and it's going to be all with this same bearing, so you could put more magazines on the inside. It won't bother you when you are doing that. So I'll select all of them. I'm going to do the same one as the back. Offset from cabinet material thickness, and the distance is going to be the inside. I mean, minus the of that. And it's going to be a cut. So for this error not to show up, I need to show the left side panel. So Fusion 360 know which component is going to cut. It's going to be cutting. So as you see over here, that's what we are doing. We are doing a cut into this left side panel. So let's hit OK over here. We don't have anything because we didn't do any component. We just made a cut with the last two process that we did. But we have this on the over here on the timeline. You get the timeline when you are making parametric design. The history of this design is being recorded by Fusion 360. So you could just right click over here on the bottom on this feature, and you could click on edit feature and come back and change anything you will need or you might need to change or update over here. So I'm going to hit cancel now, and I have that already. So now I'm going to do another data, and that's going to be separate also. I'm going to hide the left side panel. I'm going to hit the extrude command again, and I'm selecting this one and this little one because I need to select that rectangle. It's just one rectangle a little bit, just a little bit wider than the material thickness of this shelf over here, fixed shelf, which is going to be with insets and datas on the left side panel. So we are selecting this rectangle that we did when we did the sketch. We are making sure we select this thin part, and as you can see over here, I have 3 profiles. I'm going to put over here, start from the offset, which is the cabinet material, and the distance is going to be minus data depth, which is another parameter that you'll find on the parameters table. And I'm going to select over here cut because we are doing a cut. I need to show the left side panel. This is what we are going to get, as you see over here. So let's hit OK over here. And now I have, as you can see, let me hide this sketch. I have the left side panel with these datas over here, this one. I have the other one with this one. This is for the channel. That little data, and those for the pins for the shelves, and this is the pin for the bearing that is going to be right in this position, as you can see over here. So I think we are fine now. We are good now. We are good to go. We have our complete case. In this case, let me show all the components that we just created, and those that you could see there, you could see now with the mirror of this one that we will create later, is going to be the complete case. For the other parts, we are going to need to just create them, but I want to have them, because there are going to be a lot of them, I wanted to have them in different assembly components. So that's why we are not going to do them right now. Just for you to see, actually I'm going to delete it after I do it. Just for you to see, let's make the mirror for this. For that we need to create, I'm going to select the main model of component of this profile, and I'm going to just select this one, and I'm going to create a midplane. For that, I'm going to hide this left side panel. I'm going to select over here, construct midplane. From here, this space to this one, and just like that, we have our midplane over here. So I could show up again the left side panel, and if I wanted to do a mirror now, I will just click over here, mirror, select over here components, left side panel, and now click over here on the right, mirror plane, which is the one that we just created, and just like that we will have our mirror component, which is named just like the original with the added word mirror over here. As you could see, we have all the features we did with the first one. We are missing some on the other ones, so that's why, as I tell you before, I don't want to do it right now. What I'm going to delete this, right click delete. What I'm going to keep, you see over here that we have a new folder which is called construction. Any planes that you do, they will be over here. I'm going to keep this one because I'm going to need it, this midplane. So that one I'm going to keep it. So now, for now, this is going to be all for this video. This is the video for the case, everything on the outside of this cabinet. On the next videos, we are going to do the shelves, and we are going to do the front displays boards, and the adjustable shelves also on next videos. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, if you have any questions, just reply with the comment, and if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna keep doing videos like this. That will help me a lot if you just subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thanks a lot. Thank you.